Good afternoon. We are live. I've got an amazing guest in the green room waiting with trepidation. I don't know. Anyway, this is for my guest. This is Don't You Forget About Me. And let's just put that up so you know what the song is. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Tell me troubles and doubts. Give me everything inside and out. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Will you recognize me on my knees or come by? Think keeps falling on down, and that's all you're getting today. That is such a long song. Joel, welcome to the show. How the devil are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah. Look, I'm playing guitar and I'm talking to people. I'm absolutely fantastic. That's my favorite thing to do. Great of you to come and join me. My first question, as everybody knows, why did you choose that song?
As the title suggests, I don't want people to forget about me or what I'm about doing, and also not forgetting about me when I'm no longer here.
Brilliant. I love that's a great sentiment, and this is why I've continued to do this. Somebody turned around to me and said, "If you're going to do it. Start with a song, because people know you playing guitar, so start with a song." And so I've got this extensive long list that you've picked a song from, and everybody comes on and they've got a really good story as to why they've chosen that song, and that's a classic. So thank you for choosing that. A little bit difficult, the starting off bit, which is why I didn't do that. But yeah, great song. Thank you very much. So Joel Felsenstein, tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
I have been a musician for the past, what am I now? 23 years, 20.
Wow. That's awesome.
More or less.
That's awesome. Should we just talk music? Forget about everything else. Let's just talk music and being a muso, eh?
And I started off with the drums. My parents wanted me to go a little quieter, but no.
And so what age were you when you picked up a set of drumsticks then?
Drumsticks around the age of 4.
Wow. That is brilliant.
Before that, it was just my hands.
Okay, that is cool. Well done you. And so you're here today. You're using LinkedIn. I've seen you on LinkedIn. I've seen you doing some other live broadcasts. So you're out and about on LinkedIn. So why is it you love LinkedIn, Joel?
Well, I'm connecting with actual humans as opposed to the other platforms as well. The other platforms, Facebook, all the other ones I could go on, but LinkedIn is the only platform with actual humans, and you can build a relationship on.
You certainly can. That's how we met, isn't it?
Yes. Actually, through Mac's connections.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you're posting on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how often do you reckon you post?
I try to post at least once a day.
Yeah, fantastic. And you also you do your own lives, or you guest on live shows?
I'm currently a guest on live show which is wrapping up on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then I'll be doing my own for the first time ever, my business page.
Fantastic.
Now we've surpassed the 150 golden ticket mark.
Yeah, fantastic. And Jonathan's on. He was here before we even started. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? And he's another musician, Joel. I don't know if you've seen him. He's known as the singing accountant. So his posts are always great fun. And yeah, LinkedIn, Jonathan. It's just the best, isn't it? So How much time do you reckon you spend on LinkedIn, Joel?
I have not counted.
Is it a lot? Is it not enough? Where do you feel?
I'm charging my phone umpteen times per day, so I'm guessing it's too much.
Okay. And you said you use other channels, other platforms
Yeah.
as well. Which other ones do you use? And
I use Facebook. I've been on since 2007, 2009. YouTube as well. I joined at the same time as when I created Facebook, and I have started using TikTok. I don't quite know what the point of that one is yet, so I've gone. I use more Instagram and more from the Great Wall of China, and I basically use YouTube as well for videos. And with YouTube, I know exactly where I stand. I don't get paid until I hit X amount of subscribers and watch hours. I know exactly where I stand, so I know that's not going to be my income for quite some time.
Okay. So, have you found a best time for posting on LinkedIn that works for you?
I think before 9 o'clock is a good time because everyone's going in, entering or just entering the offices, grabbing coffee, not even powered on their computer yet, and started the day. And then about 7, 8 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock at night, when people just scrolling through their feeds and
good thinking, good times to do it. So come on, tell us all about this. It says your name, founder and CEO of rockstarx. We want to know all about this venture and what's happening and how we can support you.
Well, the venture was started back in 2020, which was the worst time to start, if I may.
We had like a little pandemic or something going on, didn't we?
It's the only thing that we can't return to sender. And yes, it wasn't the greatest time to start it, but then since last year, and I met Mac through Janet Ferry on LinkedIn, ironically. It's sort of catapulted through the snowball into this big colossal thing. When I first started it, I wasn't even looking at what I'm looking at now, what I went to see and what I am going to be seeing again in just under 3 weeks. And once our business bank account is set up, because we just got incorporated and June 17, we will be setting up a Patreon page so people can go there and support that way. We are for people who want to be as creative as possible and bridging the gap between the neurotypicals, otherwise known as normal, and the 1% of us, or slightly more than that, which is neurodiverse.
Fantastic. And so I got a question from Jonathan, because obviously you and Jonathan know each other. How can we encourage more people with autism to express themselves and explore through music? Because this is your being, isn't it? This is why you're here, isn't it? So go on, tell us a little bit about how it all works and how we can encourage more people with autism.
Music is the language, as we all know, of everyone can.
This is why we start the show with a song, Joel. You are speaking my language, sir. Music
Everyone
is. Yeah, absolutely.
can get into it with music, unless of course you're living under a rock, in which case
you can just tap the underside of a rock. You can still make music, my friend.
But you wouldn't necessarily know who the artists are that you're. And
it doesn't matter. It's still music.
Everyone, I mean, music is so easily accessible. You don't even need an instrument. Okay, bad example. You've got guitars behind you. Slightly misleading. And a shaker, yes. And any hands.
I got a tin of mints here.
Anything can be used in music. So if we can encourage people to pick up anything and effectively make some noise, rhythmic noise, then they can come up and be as expressive as they want to with their own stuff. I mean, I'm not saying turn into John Bonhams, but turn into yourself. It's a bad idea trying to be someone else and try and be yourself. It's not going to work if you want to be someone else. And music allows you, and other channels of creativity allow you to do just that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Joseph is a fan of yours. You're making it happen, my friend. Rockstarx. So that's a nice.
He's actually more than fan. Actually, he's part of the. He's the strategy officer.
Well done. Oh, well, Joseph, fantastic. Well done, and it's good to have you here, holding Joel's hand metaphorically. So I was lucky enough, Joel, to go to Africa, and I saw the Masai Mara. Okay, and there's a really old tribe, but they're doing music, and like you say, it brings everybody together. It's just totally incredible. So what's your vision for this music thing and Rockstarx? Come on, tell us a little bit more.
I would like, with this vision that I'm creating, I would like to remove essentially the stereotypical nonsense that society paints people, and just be as inclusive as possible, not just tick all the boxes, because you can do that all day long. I can give you a piece of paper with boxes on, and you can just tick. But ticking boxes does not mean that you understand what it is you're meant to be ticking off. But if you join in and do what you're ticking off and get talking to people like me on the spectrum, and well, I would say talk to my cousin, but if you go to talk to my cousin who's a non-speaking, then you have to communicate through music. Get to know us, and then that will remove the stigma, and also removes the need of being scared, if you like, of change. And instead of saying I don't understand this, therefore I don't want to understand it, I can't understand it, okay, they think like this, and now we have a better understanding by communicating through how to get through it to them is going to be beneficial for just about every single corporate company on the planet, and everyone really.
No, fantastic. I love that. We've got some comments coming in. So guys, if anyone's got any questions for Joel, please fire away. So Jonathan's saying it's all about inclusivity. We all have something to contribute. So yeah, absolutely. And Joseph is sort of like, yes, totally agree, Jonathan. 100%. So you said something a few minutes ago. Something's happening in 3 weeks. Are you allowed to tell us what that is, or is that just a little secret that you've just thrown in there, Joel?
No. I can tell you. I'm going down again with Mac. If 3 weeks is if 3 weeks means the 25th, I'm going back down to near you, Ashley.
All right, okay. You'll be wave as you go past, sir.
Not quite sure where you are in relation to Foy, but
I'm about halfway, I think. I'm about halfway.
So I'm going back down there to with Mac and possibly one other person, maybe his wife is coming along with that as well, who is a art psychotherapist, and she is very much wanting to be involved in this as well, and so we're going back down to the mill, which thankfully hasn't sold yet for us. Not so good for the owner, but
if you're going back for a second or third time, I bet the owner's thinking, yes,
time.
We've probably got this one.
Well, you would think that, but the owner is a grumpy old. He's very grumpy and very impatient. His son actually invited me down because his son's much more approachable. And yes, we're looking to land this property, which has been in the history books, both through 2 world wars and in the 11th century, but more recently, from 1974 at least, it has been the place where bands like Oasis, Muse, The Verve, Rob Plant, and other people have gone through the doors and recorded.
This is just stunning. This is why I wanted to get you on. You're going down. How are you getting down to this place?
Mac is going to be renting a car because hopefully by now, he has got rid of his car.
Okay.
So he's going to be renting the car.
Right. Okay. How many seats has this car got? Because
no idea.
Jonathan wants to come with you, so he really wants to come. So
if you want to come with Jonathan, we can discuss this. I'm available to.
That's fantastic. Do you know Jacqueline Scully?
Yes.
Is she another fan, or is she
I've appeared on Jacqueline's podcast, and I don't remember who, how, or when we connected.
She won't take offense at that. She's absolutely fine with that. But yeah, this venue sounds absolutely incredible. And so, how close are we to getting it? What have we got to do to help you get this venue?
We've got to effectively raise 2.2 million.
Okay, that's dead easy to do. And anything else we need to do? So is this a crowdfund thing? How are you doing?
We were looking at the angel investors route, but they're very hard to find. So we are now looking at the crowds as well to either make enough noise for the big people to come in, or also when we've set up the business bank accounts to invest monthly, weekly, daily, or in one lump sum, so we can go down after our visit. We can say, right, take it off the market, mate. We've got the money. Here it is. Here's the proof.
And then so let's fast forward. Let's fast forward a year or two or whatever, and the venue's yours. It's got rockstarx out on the outside, and it's all there and what have you. What if I pop down to see you in Foy in 2 years' time? What am I gonna see, Joel?
You're gonna see, the original. You're gonna see the original recording studio as it was, more or less, with a little more modern.
So we're not going to have tape machines then.
No,
but we will have one of those big desky. We'll have big desky things.
You're also sadly not going to have the original Premier drum kit, which is the Olympic drum kits, which is currently there. It's been there since 1974. It's now falling apart. So my one will be there.
But I bet no. This is what we're imagining. So in 2 years' time, all right, that drum kit, someone would have taken it away and restored it. All right, what's going on? Talk us around the building. What's going on in the building? Is there people there making music? Have you got
people there making music? We've got we've still got the we're still dealing with the A-listers and coming through. We've got Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp for the autistic people, which I want to work together with and bring it over from its current native US and to then make it more autistic friendly, where people effectively come for 2 weeks and hang out with their heroes or stuff, making music, learning how to write songs, etc.
So you'll be running classes, you'll be having experts there helping people doing that. I'll be able to come down and record my latest album there. And I'll be able to also come down and watch Coldplay recording their latest album.
Yeah, well, Coldplay wasn't actually entered this mill. No, Coldplay never recorded there.
Supergrass has, but they're queuing up to get in now because they've heard how cool it is.
Well, Supergrass has, and my it's all about building relationships. So at this point in 2 years' time, I would have built relationships with the A&R for these people to continue to come down and continue to want to come back more as well, and also anyone who comes down, assuming that he's not going to retire on me, will be recording with one of the top producers in the entire country, possibly the world. I don't know how that's measured, but his name is John Cornfield. He knows sawmills inside out and back to front, so he will be the person making the magic.
Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. So with this show, right? It says at the top there, 15 minutes behind the profile. Got lots of comments coming in. Joel, we could talk all day, and you know I'm a mad musician as well. So look, let's just. So Jacqueline's saying she hopes that you can get that spot. It's gonna happen, Jacqueline. Don't you worry. Back in May, Joel was on the podcast called The Teacher's Story. You've got an incredible story. You talk about autism and acceptance. You absolutely rock. Got a lot of fans here today. Dana's saying you're fantastic to listen to. And Joseph, it's a great journey Joel is on. And we at rockstarx are interested in establishing strategic partnerships and suitors to support the mission. Please reach out to Joel, Mac, Samuel, if you can be in service. And obviously you, Joseph, I'm sure.
You forgot to put yourself there, mate. But...
Joseph, you feel free to put any links or Calendly links or phone numbers or anything in the chat, because what this post will stay up forever and people will be able to go back to it. So please put that up. So Joseph, this is incredible, and this is why I wanted to get Joel on. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that you keep coming back every time something else has happened, and you can give us a little story. And if you want to bring your gang on, and we can all talk together. But yeah, I'm very excited. The 25th of July, which is next.
Well, we're going into the studio the 26th, but we're going down from the 25th to the 27th.
Okay, so that is like that's not next.
He wants a break.
It's not this week coming, it's the week after. So very, very soon we'll have some more news. So keep watching Joel here on LinkedIn, because there'll be updates all the time. Joel, it's been lovely having a chat with you. I've got one more question. You know what that question is. I'm just going to quickly go to my I can't what it's called. Anyway, I'm just going to go over to here, press this button here, because this time next week I'm going to be talking to there we go. I'm talking to Liz Dolby. So Liz Dolby is responsive editing. She's going to come in and chat about editing and making yourself sound better and stuff like that. So she's going to come and have a chat with us. But this week we've been chatting to Joel. So we just remove that. Here he is again. Joel, thank you so much. Good luck with your journey. Joseph's going to put any links that we can get hold of you. Anyone can reach out to you. You're on LinkedIn. You've also got a YouTube channel. So that's absolutely fantastic. If anyone's got any other questions quickly before we go, that'll be fantastic. But finally, my last question to you, Joel. What advice would you give if you could go back in time and speak to 16-year-old Joel? What advice would you give yourself?
16-year-old me dropped out in year 12, grade 12, senior, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are in the world.
For me, that's the 5th year.
And I would say drop out earlier, because the way the current education system is set up for inclusivity, diversity, neurodiversity, is backwards and effectively grinding slowly to halt if a society doesn't pull the finger out. So my advice to myself would have been drop out about 2 or 3 years before I actually did, and then started this venture sooner. So at this point where I'm 30 now, I would have run it for 15 years. It would have been hopefully the gold standard, and then society will be hopefully more inclusive. That's what I would say to my younger self.
No, good for you. I think you're testament that you've learned an awful lot more since you left school than what you did when you were there. So yeah, well done, and thank you so much for coming on and saying hello today and letting us know all about rockstarx. Good luck. Thank you to everybody for coming on, and Joseph is available. Final word from Joseph. rockstarx, Joel Felsenstein. Well done, matey. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been lovely to see you. He's got one more last word. And this is the thing, right? It's all about letting other people know. And so if you're out there watching this and you've got a show and you've got a platform for Joel, please invite him on. Lovely young man. And he's a musician. What's not to love? What's not to love? Thank you very much. Cheers, everybody. And we will see you all soon. Goodbye.